George Takei took to Twitter today to deny groping a male model, and Richard Dreyfuss said he never exposed himself to a female writer helping him with a TV script, both back in the 1980s. Takei, the 80-year-old Star Trek icon, said in a series of tweets that events described by Scott R. Brunton in The Hollywood Reporter simply did not occur, and he does not remember ever knowing Brunton. Right now it is a he said situation, over alleged events nearly 40 years ago. But those that know me understand that non-consensual acts are so antithetical to my values and my practices. The very idea that someone would accuse me of this is quite personally painful, Takei tweeted. Dreyfuss, meanwhile, told the New York magazine blog Vulture he flirted and even kissed Los Angeles writer Jessica Takei over several years, but thought it was a consensual seduction ritual. The fact that I did not get it, he said, makes me reassess every relationship I have ever thought was playful and mutual. Takei told Vulture she first met Dreyfuss at a theater where she worked, and they spent hours together over several years after she was hired to develop a script for an ABC comedy special. The actor, she said, made continual, overt and lewd comments and invitations, but she never told anyone. Dreyfuss, now 70, called Takei a friend of more than 30 years. In 1987, Takei said, she was summoned to his trailer on the set of one of his films and he exposed his genitals to her. Dreyfuss agent Barry McPherson on Saturday said his client denies ever exposing himself to Takei. As for other encounters with Takei, Dreyfuss said he is now horrified and bewildered to discover that it was consensual. Takei said she decided to speak out after Dreyfuss tweeted support for his son, Harry, after the younger Dreyfuss went public with accusations that Kevin Spacey groped his crotch when he was 18. Brunton told The Hollywood Reporter he was 23 when he first met Takei at a bar. Brunton was living in Hollywood and working as a waiter at the time. They exchanged numbers, speaking by telephone from time to time, when he rang up Takei after breaking up with a boyfriend. Takei invited him to dinner and the theater, Brunton said. He said the two went to Takei's condo for drinks after. He said he grew dizzy and must have passed out, awaking to his pants around his ankles and Takei groping him. He said he extricated himself and left. The Hollywood Reporter said Friday it spoke to 4 longtime friends of Brunton who said he had confided in them about Takei years ago. Also Saturday, an audio clip surfaced from Takei's appearance on Howard Stern's radio show last month. The interview was recorded less than 2 weeks after sexual assault accusations against fallen film mogul Harvey Weinstein were made public. Stern and Takei were discussing the irony of the Weinstein case and the audio tape of President Donald Trump boasting about grabbing women's genitals years ago, when Stern asked Takei whether he had ever grabbed a man's genitals against his will. Takei, a staunch opponent of the Republican president, initially was silent, then said "uh-oh" and laughed.